central Ohio, the target of nature's fury.
It looked like a big bolt of lightning, but it just came out and went whack.
Severe storms spawned wicked winds, shredding buildings and trees.
This is shocking. I mean, the trees are down, and I mean, it's a lot of obstruction was caused, and it's just, I can't believe it.
Storms that cost Ohio billions of dollars each year and put your family's life in danger.
We heard the tree go down and dashed inside to safety behind the cat and the dog.
From our team of 5 first warning meteorologists to Sky 6 and our crews on the ground, ABC 6 is on your side to keep you safe from the storm. From your first warning weather team, this is an ABC 6 Severe Weather Special, Safe from the Storm.
And good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Bill Kelly. Tonight we are on your side to help you prepare for the upcoming severe weather season. We have the technology, the staff, and the know-how to keep you informed. We also, as you just heard, have 5 meteorologists here at ABC 6. It's the largest weather staff in the entire market. That way we can keep you informed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There is always someone here tracking severe weather and bringing you information that you may need. In addition to the hour-long show tonight, meteorologist Andrew Michael is in the social media center. He's answering your questions live, as well as hosting a live video chat. It's been doing that for the last hour. We've been talking to some of you on that. We sent out a link to that live chat on Twitter and Facebook. You can also use the networks to ask your questions and do a search for WSYX to find us. You know, it's inevitable. We are going to face severe weather here in central Ohio this spring. So let's take a look back at recent storms as a reminder of why you should always be prepared. July 2013, a storm packing destructive wind slams into West Columbus.
And all of a sudden we hear like this, and then a pop. And the pop was the roof coming down.
Workers inside the teleperformance call center ducked for cover. Their panic heard in their calls to 911.
And do you believe the building was hit?
Yeah, because all of our windows are broke, and the storm took our building, the roof off of our building.
June 2012, the infamous derecho rolls through central Ohio. Winds topping 60 miles per hour tore down huge power poles, one slicing into the minivan driven by Roger Hinson.
I saw poles falling. Yeah, because I'm just stopped in traffic with my foot on the brake.
The winds knocked out traffic lights and littered streets with trees and limbs.
It was like an obstacle course out there.
Hundreds of thousands of people lost electricity, some in the dark 9 days after the storm.
Everything's discombobulated out here.
And November 1st, 2013, a tornado confirmed in South Columbus.
I was devastated. I didn't know. You know, I'd seen pieces of people's roof, and I'm lucky.
No one was hurt, but like so many others who lived through severe weather, people tell us it's a night that they will never forget. Oh, that old familiar sound. We hear it every Wednesday at noon, but where you don't want to hear it is during severe weather. It means that a tornado warning has been issued. So when you hear those sirens, what do? Well, many people simply ignore them. Tonight, first warning meteorologist Marshall McPeek explains why that decision could be deadly.
We hear the test every Wednesday at noon. Most of us aren't fazed by it. We tend to just ignore it. But do you pay attention at any other time?
I think what everyone is prone to do is just see what everyone else around them is doing and do the same thing.
What do I do? Look and see where it's coming from. Yeah. And listen to see what they're getting ready to say.
Studies have discovered many of us have become desensitized to the sirens. Most of us need something called secondary confirmation. That's that second source that chimes in and says, yep, this alert is for real. Like seeing the warnings on TV or even just seeing the ominous clouds for yourself.
I think I'd probably look outside, and depending on what I saw, I might look it up on the internet on my phone or something and find out what's going on.
I got the little phone app that pops up with the alerts, and if I see it pop up on there, then that makes me think, yeah, it's probably real.
Franklin County has the most tornado touchdowns of any county in the state of Ohio.
The EMA sets off the sirens whenever the National Weather Service issues tornado warnings for Franklin County. The warning means a tornado has either been spotted visually or it's been detected on radar.
That's why we ask for people to watch Channel 6 and pay attention to the radios, and for goodness sake, have a weather radio. And if it turns out that there wasn't a tornado touchdown, but we put the sirens off, I'll take those calls all day long, because in the end, we're talking about saving lives.
Franklin County, National Weather Service, and NOAA are always working on new systems to help pinpoint warnings and to make sure that there are fewer false alarms. That way, we can always depend on the sirens. Marshall McPeek, First Warning Weather.
Now I want to talk about the conditions required for severe weather. You know we have thunderstorms that pop up here and there, but let's talk about the atmospheric setup for those storms to turn strong enough that they are classified as severe. First of all, the jet stream, very important. It digs across the west and it causes low pressures to intensify or to become stronger. And the jet stream basically separates warmer air from colder air, and when you get warmer air and colder air close together, you have this sharp contrast in the air mass. Another key ingredient is what's called the low-level jet, and these are winds that are a few thousand feet in the atmosphere. And one of the key things that it does is it just pumps in this moisture from the Gulf. Of course, you need moisture to get some storms. You also have some drier air behind it. That's another sharp collision of those air masses. And when winds change direction and speed with height, it's called shear. For example, look at the jet stream moving in this direction from the southwest to the northeast, low-level jet moving in from the southeast. When you get that turning, when you get that change of direction and speed with height, it is called shear. And so you get these thunderstorms that develop. The wind shear is one of the key ingredients for severe weather. It promotes rising and rotating air because as the air rises and you have the winds that are going different directions, it helps in that rotations. Severe thunderstorms blossom as the shear, moisture, and that dry air meet. And when you have all of these together, you have the atmospheric setup for severe storms. They generally don't come together very often in this perfect scenario in Ohio, but we certainly can get them. And when we do, we alert you that severe weather is in the forecast. You know, now let's talk about watches versus warnings. You hear us talk about these a lot. First, a watch, it means conditions are favorable for dangerous storms. It could be a severe thunderstorm or a tornado watch. And like the name implies, you need to watch out for that. It's when you should prepare to take action. Start thinking about your emergency plan. A warning, on the other hand, well, that means severe weather is imminent or it is coming your way. And that is when it is time to take action and get to your safe spot. As we go through the evening tonight, I want to show you some of the tools that we use to bring you the information to help protect you and your family when storms are coming into the area. So we'll spend a few minutes throughout the evening tonight showing you some of these tools. First, we're going to talk about the street level and the storm tracking. Now, I will say that the information that's on here is not from tonight. I have it in the can so we can use it to show you some information. But first of all, talking about street level, our graphics, we can get all the way down. This is Scioto Country Club here. So you can actually see the picture, is this my neighborhood? But then we can also select and show you specific streets. Here's Ashbury Drive. Here's Lane Avenue. We have Highway 33, Cambridge Boulevard, Dublin Road. So we can really pinpoint in on your neighborhood where the storms are. I also want to show you, as we widen this out a little bit, on this situation, we do have some active storms that are moving through Pickaway County down into Ross County. And so we could do a storm track on these storms as well. And what we do is we outline the storm and we move it to the speed that it's going. Right now it's at about 50 miles per hour. And there's a couple of different things we can do. We can either put it on estimated time. So for example, in this example, another couple of minutes, it's at Commercial Point. About 8 minutes from now, it's in Grove City. Or we can actually select some of these little needles that you see, these little pinheads, Columbus in about 16 minutes, Canal Winchester, Lithopolis at about 16 minutes as well. But we can also change that from minutes away now to absolute time, 7:07 p.m., 6:59 in Grove City, 6:53 Commercial Point. Again, this is not what's going on out there right now. It's just an example of how we can use First Warning Doppler radar to help keep you and your family safe. Meteorologist Andrew Michael now here with me. He's running our live chat. We have a live video. It's actually the camera position right over there. We're answering a lot of your questions on the air. We've been doing this since 6 o'clock and, getting some great questions. People are talking about tornadoes, talking about severe weather, you name it.
Yeah, Kip asking one of the questions, when was the last time we've had an F3 tornado here in central Ohio? And that was back in November of 2002. There was one that went through Union and Logan counties. We're getting a lot of these questions coming in right now. If you want to go ahead and show how they can reach us on Twitter, you can use hashtag OhioWX. You can also tweet us using @WSYX6. And then on our Facebook page is WSYX ABC6, and we're answering all of your weather questions on there. We have a behind-the-scenes YouTube stream that's going right now. I'm trying to do a lot with this computer, so I'm taxing it a lot. But you can go over to YouTube and watch the behind-the-scenes stream of what we're doing here in the studio. We're answering a lot of your questions viewing our webcam here. You can actually see it. So
Hang on if you're watching
yeah, exactly.
YouTube at the same time.
You're flying real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're answering all the weather questions. So any weather questions you guys have, where should we go in a storm? This is my situation. I don't have a basement. What should I do? So any weather questions, send
One of
them
the
in to
weather
us.
questions that we received earlier so far was how many F5 tornadoes have we had in the state of Ohio? And the answer, 4.
Yeah, 4. Only 4 tornadoes, and that was all the way back to 1950.
And we're going to be talking about one of those, huge. Of course, you all know the Xenia tornado. We'll be talking about that coming up in just a little bit. So connect with us for sure. We will show you the live, or you can watch the live stream, and we will answer as many questions as we can as we get to. So thank you very much for manning the social media center there. You know, we get a lot of pictures when severe weather hits central Ohio. We just want you to be safe when you see it, shoot it, and send it, of course. We don't want to send you out and, to terrible weather, but you can always post those pics to the ABC6 Facebook page or email your photos to pics@wsyx.com. See it, shoot it, and send it. Well, still ahead, tornado myths, the advice you've heard about safety, well, that's downright wrong.
And it was this roar. It did not sound like a train to me. It sounded like a jet engine.
And that's what we were just talking about there, the deadly Xenia tornado. A survivor reflects on that fateful day 40 years later. And of course, meteorologist Andrew Michael chatting online. We're answering your questions live on ABC6. You are watching Safe from the Storm. We'll be right back.